the young folk and the young in heart in the pews today come join me up front? Sure. Yes, that's what they're there for. And then kids, would you also like to come up and take an acorn from the altar? Come and get yourself an acorn. Who wants an acorn? Want one of these? Do you guys want an acorn? Here you go. Okay, so yesterday was a very special time that only happens twice a year. Do you guys know what happened yesterday? The equinox, yeah, and that's when we have equal amounts of light and equal amounts of dark. So it only happens very rarely, so it's kind of special. So in the fall, people harvest their food. Have you guys been eating any delicious harvested food lately, like peaches or pears or anything like that?
We have time to do stuff in our garden and nothing to do.
Oh.
We have pears growing in our garden on our own pear tree.
Oh, awesome. So our people in the past used to celebrate this harvest time because it's really exciting to get all this tasty food. And they would call it mammon. So it's kind of the thing that people did before Thanksgiving to give thanks for their food. And I'm going to tell you a little story today that's inspired by Martha Davis about these little acorns that come at harvest time. So we're going to talk a little bit about hope. So I have a question for you guys. Have you ever hoped for something? Yeah? Great. And did that thing that you hoped for happen for you? No? Maybe it's still coming. So I think that hope is kind of like these little acorns that you guys are holding. Look at your acorn. What do you think these acorns hope to become someday? A tree, an oak tree. They're little oak tree seeds. And here's why acorns remind me of hope. If you just dropped an acorn on the floor and walked away from it, do you think it would grow into a tree? No? What do you think it needs? Water, sunlight, soil. It needs to be in the ground. So like acorns, our hope needs things to make it grow, to make it come to life. So first we start with our imaginations. We hope for something in our minds, right? And we think about it in our thoughts. And we can imagine the thing that we're hoping for. So take a little moment and think about something that you're hoping for. So your hopes are like these little acorns. They just need a little bit of work, some care, action, help, and luck to really come to life like an oak tree. Could you ever have an oak tree first without the acorn? No. So the same way, everything anyone's ever done began with hope, began with their imagination. Plus some action to help it grow. So that's the soil, the water, the sunlight. So when you're hoping for something, imagine how the acorn starts out very small and then grows into a great big oak tree with hope and determination. So you can take your little acorns with you, and when you're thinking of your own hopes and dreams, you can look at your acorn and imagine your hope as being the seed of something that could grow into a really big thing someday.
Throughout human history, we have relied on trees for sustenance, shelter, and the very air we breathe. To the ancients, trees in particular were mysterious and seemed to be direct embodiments of the incomprehensible meaning of life, connecting heaven and earth. For that reason, the woods and forests were often considered sacred places. Many cultures have some variant of a sacred tree: the tree of life, Yggdrasil, the Bodhi tree, the Glastonbury thorn, Britta would like to call upon some of her time spent with the Druid and Taoist traditions in observation of the importance of trees during this time of harvest, and how we ourselves can learn from trees and exemplify the energies in our lives. Britta?
Thanks. Okay, so the theme for this month is vision, and so we're going to do a little bit of visioning together today. It's a little different than normal, but join me for the ride, will you? So before we begin, I'd like us all to just take a moment to consider the importance of trees. I wanted to talk about trees during this harvest because we receive a lot of fruit from trees, so it's kind of important. But aside from beauty, shade, and comfort, trees provide a lot of things for us. They provide the very oxygen that we breathe. They provide lumber for our homes, our workplaces, our churches. The pews you're sitting on right now came from trees. Paper, books. They stabilize our soil. They provide essential ecosystems for our wildlife. Trees cool the streets and cities. Trees help save water. They ignite the human imagination. And lastly, around this time of harvest, trees provide food for us. So think of the many things that we acquire from trees this time of year. Apples, peaches, pears, nuts, olives, plums, etc. Take a moment to think about, what is your favorite harvest fruit that comes this time of year? So it's important to be grateful for all of these gifts that trees provide the world, especially in regards to our seventh principle, respect for the interdependent web of all existence, of which we're all a part, and trees play a huge part. We humans can learn a lot from the resourcefulness of trees. When they encounter obstacles, they grow around them. They bend with the storm, so they don't break. And they let go when necessary of what no longer serves their well-being. We're about to see that happen in the autumn when the trees let go of their leaves. So with this whole theme of vision, we're going to take a few moments to become trees together. This is the part where I want you to just kind of go along with me. It's a little different, but we're going to try something. So first, take a few deep cleansing breaths, all the way down into the bottom of your stomach. So the area that you want to breathe in here is just below your navel and above your pelvis. You want to take a big deep breath all the way down into that space. And let it go. And now you're invited to either stand with me for a moment, or you can remain seated, but we're going to slough off some things that we need to get rid of. So like trees, we're going to let go of some things now. And we do that by either coming up on our toes and thumping down into the earth, or if you choose to stay seated, you can lift yourself slightly off your seat and come down. So let's just do that a few times together. And so we're letting go of any burdens we may have carried with us here today. We're letting go of any worries that we might have brought with us today. We're just going to gently let it release down into the earth, like leaves going to the ground. Give it back to the earth like compost. One more time. Big jump. Good. Now, you can go ahead and sit back down. But I want you to focus your breath into that space. So if you even want to place your hands right on that low belly space. So when you inhale, you should feel that space ballooning out. Big inhale. And as you exhale, let it all go. Good. Keep that breathing going while we participate in this vision together. So feel the rebound effect of having let go of some of those worries and burdens. And you can keep your eyes either closed or soft here. And I want you to imagine that there is a seed in your low belly space that we're breathing into. And it's growing little roots down, down, down through your tailbone and down your legs and out your feet, down into the earth. And take in nourishment from the earth. And consider, where have you chosen to put down roots in your life? Is it with your family? Is it with your career? Is it with this church? Your community? What soil feeds you? And take a minute to breathe into that. And now, growing up from the earth, rising, cultivating up your legs and torso and limbs, and out the branches of your lungs and your arms and your fingers, through your hair. Take in warmth and energy from the sun as you root to rise up from the stable soil that supports you. Feel your breath. Where have your branches gone in your life? What is your family tree? Where have you extended yourself outward from your supportive base? And stretching out into your fingers, and from the top of your head, feel the sunshine nourishing you. What replenishes you? What inspires you? Where are your aspirations? What fruit would you like to harvest in your life as you grow and extend? What gifts would you like to offer the world? Breathe that in. Now see your goals. Taste them. Ripen them. Take a moment to imagine your favorite tree fruits. Is it apples? Peaches? Pecans? Imagine the taste of that in your mouth now. Imagine how sweet that is. The texture of it. See that as your goals. As the fruit that you will grow from your life. Smell it. Fill your nose with the spices of autumn. Take in the efforts of your growth. Enjoy the fruits of your growth. Breathe that in. From this space, spend a moment in gratitude for all of the abundance in your life. What do you have to be grateful for in this season of giving thanks for our harvest? Can you be grateful for your health? For opportunities presented to you? For your family? Your friends? Pets? Loved ones in your life? For community? For your experiences? Take in all of the wonderful things that you can be grateful for and give thanks and honor those things in your life. again, take a moment to consider anything that may need to be released from your life. The trees are about to release their leaves so they can prepare for the silence of winter, for that deep meditative time. What can you let go of in your life that no longer serves you? Breathe and let it go. And now taking another big deep breath all the way down into the bottom of your belly. Slowly open your eyes and come back into the sacred space and into the home of your body. And learn to be like trees. Consider trees in your daily life. Take advice from a tree. Stand tall. Drink plenty of water. Go out on a limb. Remember your roots and enjoy the view. And when in doubt, you can always tree out. So I hope you can take this little meditation with you in your daily lives to root, to extend, to bring in your goals, and to let go of things that no longer serve.